Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope everybody is having a beautiful day and Merry Christmas to everybody. I know I've been going for a little bit, and like I explained in other videos, is because I'm in search of new anime, and I also gotta watch these animes, so it's gonna take a little time. So I started this new series. Well, I'm almost finished it. Well, at least the first season. It's called Made in the Abyss. Well, not in the part, but Made in Abyss. That's what it's called. So I started it about, I'll say, a week and a half ago or 2 weeks. It's pretty good so far. So like I said, I'm almost finished it. The first part of it. I'm seeing that they got like 3 movies. I don't know if the movies are the season or they totally different and just like is like extra towards the season, because you know how some of these animes are, like they have a movie version and then they have the actual season, and the movie version is the actual season, like they one in the same. But I haven't checked out the movies yet, but I'm just on season 1, and it's pretty good. Like I said, if I had to rate this anime, I'll probably give it a solid 8. It's really good. Like I appreciate the anime style. I also appreciate like the whole story. The story is really good, and it sort of gives me like a Promised Neverland vibe. Like it starts off all innocent and stuff like that, and then it start taking dark turns and everything. But let me just give you a little bit backstory about this anime. So basically, you have this giant hole called the Abyss, and it's a city built around it. And what the people do is they explore this abyss, right? And they go further and further in the abyss, and they find unique items and stuff like that, and they bring them up to the surface for examination and further study, and possibly, advance their society. So they explore the abyss and everything like that, and when they doing that, it's a bunch of creatures and stuff like that in the abyss, so it's very dangerous, it's very like hazardous down there. So they got to be very careful, they got to be trained, they got to go to school for it, all types of stuff, right? So the story takes place with this character called Rico. Rico or Rico. Like I said before in previous videos, yeah, know I ain't good with names, but it's spelled Riko. I don't know, Rico. They pronounced it in the anime, and sometimes I just forget their pronunciation. But let's move on. So Rico, let me just say Rico. So Rico, she's basically an orphan, right? And how it is like orphans, they seek to train to go explore the abyss. Like when orphans, when see, I'm already messed up, but when the children become orphans, they basically only have like one goal. Basically, is like to explore the abyss, right? So Raiko, she's an orphan, and then she has friends and so on, and instructors and everything like that. So her mom is in the abyss exploring, right, in the deep levels, basically at the bottom or whatever, right? But it's different levels to the abyss. So the further you go down in the abyss, the more dangerous it gets, and the more it weighs on your body. Especially the further you go down, and then you got to come back up, it has certain effects on your body, like bleeding, internal bleeding, vomiting, nausea, and all of that, because you're going through different atmospheres. It's like how would I say, it's like different levels in the abyss, and those different levels are like totally different worlds in the abyss. So it's like different creatures, different atmospheres, different this. Everything is different in each level. So by you going down in each level, you're getting exposed to different types of toxins and different types of creatures and all different things. So it weighs on your body. And then when you want to descend up, it also weighs on your body because you're going back into all those levels you just came from. So it's a lot. It's basically like going into space, right? You know, and then dropping back down. You know what I'm saying? And it's totally different. You know, because when you shot up to space, I forgot what they call it. You gotta face the G-force, right? So you gotta train to face the G-force. And some people pass out, all types of stuff. And then when you descended down, you gotta face like the atmosphere and the air and all of that good stuff, right? So that's basically what's happening when you explore the abyss. Not only do you come up against like creatures that's trying to kill you and eat your face off, you got to deal with the effects of the abyss. So that's what's going on. That's the best way I know how to explain it. So basically, you have Raiko, right? So it's other, I forgot what you call them, but it's other explorers, I'll say. It's explorers down there, and they've been down there for a minute, and they finally come up, right? And so when they come up, they bring her mother's belongings, and Raiko, she receives a letter saying that, you know, her mom is down there waiting for her. So she makes it her plan to go in the abyss and find her mom and meet up with her mom. Now you have this other main character, his name is Reg. Raiko in the beginning of this anime found Reg in the abyss, and he's like part robot and part human. So he's basically, I feel like he's like a cyborg, but mostly robot. He's nearly indestructible. You know, he got like a cannon in his arm. He's like an Astro Boy, right? So that's basically what he is. He's like an Astro Boy. I haven't seen him fly yet. I'm near towards the ending of the first season. I got like probably 3 more episodes left or 2 more. But yeah, he's basically like Astro Boy. And the reason why I say I got like 2 or 3 more, of course I'm about to finish it, but that's what took me so long to upload, is because I had to watch this anime. And that's what I usually do. Like, I really watch animes before I recommend them to you guys. I want to see if it was good or not. And honestly, this really gives me damn, I'm already blanking on the anime name, but it really gives me Promised Neverland vibes. Yeah. So I don't know if this anime took inspiration from that, but that's basically what's going on here. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it got like a slow start. Like, everything's all innocent, peachy and everything like that, or whatever. And then next thing you know, it start taking dark turns, and you like, whoa, this is real now. Like creatures trying to kill off anything that goes into the abyss and stuff like that. So Raiko, since she found Reg in the abyss, and Reg, he don't know who he is, he don't know where he came from, he was just found in the abyss, and he became good friends with Raiko. Excuse me if there's any noise in the background. That is my dog making noise, and I don't have no soundproof walls or anything like that. So let's continue. But so Raiko and Reg, they best friends or whatever. So Raiko, she's going back into the abyss because her mother sent up a letter with other explorers saying that she's down in the abyss. Well, the explorers, they found the letter and everything like that. So since they found the letter, they brought it back, and Raiko, she read it, and she wants to go and find her mother in the abyss. Reg, he wants to go in the abyss not only to protect Raiko, but also find out who he is, where he come from, because he was found in the abyss, but he don't know what he is. So he's having, I guess, like you would say, a identity crisis. He don't know who he is. He don't know where he came from. He don't know who made him. He don't know nothing. So he wants to go in there and basically find out about himself, since he was found down there. And both of their goals and ambitions are one and the same. He also really wants to protect Raiko because it's dangerous down there, and both of them are just kids. Well, he's a robot slash kid, and she's a full-on kid. So, and the abyss is filled with, like I said, creatures that want to eat and unalive anything, anything that they could find. So it's a very dangerous situation. So both of them, they have to stick together when exploring the abyss. And the more they reach deeper levels, the dangerous the abyss becomes, and what's more dangerous down there is, like I said, basically creatures. Like, they gotta go through creatures, and then Raiko, she finds out a lot of stuff. Reg, he finds out a lot of stuff, because there's also still explorers down there, and they run into explorers, and one explorer and a couple of other people. And this explorer, like, the explorers are like very seasoned people. Like, they very seasoned explorers. Like, they probably the best of the best. The best of the best is called White Whistles. So they have like this whole ranking system of explorers. The White Whistles are like the best explorers, the number ones. Then below them you have the Black Whistles, which is basically number two. They good, they just as good, but they just not great like the White Whistles. And then you have the ones below that, which is like the Red Whistles and the Blue Whistles, which is like still in training, or they almost good enough. Like, they good enough, but they still need training and stuff like that. So you have all those. That's like their ranking system of how they rank the explorers. Who's good, who's great, who's a trainee, who's still learning. That's how they rank them, by giving them these whistles. So the White Whistles are probably the ones that's in the deeper levels of the abyss, right? And it's certain White Whistles down there who could actually live in the abyss, because they so good and natural at exploring and knowing how to survive. It's basically, once you get in the abyss, it's basically a survival. It basically turns into a survival anime. You gotta survive. And the ones who really know how to survive down there are the White Whistles. I wouldn't say all the White Whistles, because some of them became unalive by the creatures down there, but it's the rare ones that know how to live down there and survive. So Raiko and Reg, they come across, a couple of them, or I would say one of them. Well, they do come across a couple of them, but one of them is a White Whistle. And she basically is trying to teach them a lesson and also prepare them for the deeper levels of the abyss. And she does it in like an uncommon way. And basically Raiko, she finds out this big secret, and also Reg, he finds out a secret too. Well, the same secret. And it's, y'all gotta watch it. I don't want to spoil anything. Y'all gotta watch it. It's really good. Go check it out. Like I said, it gives Promised Neverland vibes. They start out innocent, then it just start taking dark turns, and it's like, oh, this is really good. This got real. It get real quick. but it does have a slow start and everything like that. That's why I give it an 8. I don't give it a 10. It's a slow start, but once you get the story, you start to really appreciate this anime because the story is really good. Like, I really appreciate the story more than anything, and that's all it takes is a really good story. Yeah, you have your action scenes and everything like that, and they do have some action scenes in there, which is pretty decent, by the way. Because it's a survival anime. They gotta survive. Either you run, fight, or hide. That's what it is in the abyss. So yeah, it's really good. I give it an 8, and I highly recommend you guys go check it out. It's really good. I tried to leave out a couple of things for you guys to go and actually check it out. I don't want to just tell everything, because once I tell everything, then it's just like like you don't really get much of an enjoyment in watching it, because you already know what's gonna happen. You already know everything. So I try to leave a couple of things out. I try not to speak too much on it, but yeah, go check it out. It's really good, and I hope everybody have a great Merry Christmas. And we also have other reviews on this channel. You're welcome to take a look at those reviews and take a look at those animes. We also have reactions on this channel, and based on those reactions, you could take a look at those animes as well. And I'm out.